Indulge in the perfect, creamiest, and most moist, tender coconut cake of your dreams with this simply irresistible, deliciously moist coconut cake. This is the next stop on my dessert tour of the United States, where I'm making all 50 state desserts, and today's dessert is coconut cake. So let me know in the comments what state you think has coconut cake as their state dessert. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me for every week where I upload new amazing recipes. So we have our dry ingredients, which consist of cake flour. Now, if you can't find cake flour, don't have any, you can actually measure the same amount of all-purpose flour, and for every cup of cake flour you need, take your cup of all-purpose flour and remove 2 tablespoons of it and replace that 2 tablespoons with cornstarch, and that's homemade cake flour. This also gets baking powder and salt, and we whisk it together and set it aside and cream together our softened butter. Make sure it actually goes in the bowl. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but the butter should go in the bowl. Cream it with your sugar, and this gets egg yolks. Save the egg whites for later. We get coconut and vanilla extract in there along with some coconut milk. After those are mixed, we add in our dry ingredients along with some shredded sweetened coconut, and now we're beating up those egg whites and folding them into the batter just to help really lighten it. Now, this is going to go into cake pans. I like to grease them with spray, line them with parchment paper, and grease them again, which just makes me so happy. And I use a cookie scoop to measure the amount of batter I'm putting into each one to ensure that each layer is exactly the same. I am very OCD and I sell cakes, so they have to be the same. If you don't, just eyeball it. It is not the end of the world, my friends. We're going to bake these at 350 for around 35 minutes and let them cool. Now we're going to get that butter in the bowl this time for some frosting. Softened butter, we just beat it up until light and fluffy. Add in our vanilla and coconut flavorings along with our powdered sugar. Beat it on low to combine and beat it on high for a few minutes to make light and fluffy. Now, I like to put a damp paper towel between my cake board and the turntable, which, by the way, you should always have a turntable if you want to decorate cakes, just to help the board from not sliding around. We're stacking the cake up with the frosting and some coconut in between, and then just doing a rough layer of frosting on the outside. It does not have to be perfect because we're just going to coat the outside of the cake with toasted coconut. Not toasted, I'm sorry, I didn't toast it, but if you want to, go for it. It can't hurt. We're going to coat the cake with shredded sweetened coconut, and then that is it. It's really easy, really delicious, and the texture is amazing. The flavor is incredible. It's a fluffy, moist, delicious coconut cake you will absolutely love. You've got all the coconut on the outside. You can absolutely use toasted coconut if you want. It takes it up a notch, but it is really good on its own. Oh, I'm gonna hold this up here. Y'all, that is good. It is so fluffy, it's so moist. The texture on the cake is so perfect. You've got that amazing coconut flavor in the cake and the frosting, and then that nice crunch from that shredded coconut outside. This is a knockout and a coconut lover's dream for sure. So what state does this dessert belong to? It is South Carolina. The full written recipe is in the description if you want to make this at home. Please let me know if you do in the comments, as well as your state and what you think your state dessert should be. Once again, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me for weekly episodes here on AJ Loves Food. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.